Using a military vehicle, right guys? This is the way to fly. Here we go. Now a couple of words about safety. We're going to keep all extremities inside the vehicle, right? We get very close to trucks and buses and stuff, and we want to go home with all the same extremities we started off with still attached to our bodies, right? Massachusetts General Hospital could do some amazing work, but we don't want to have to find out. So, the other thing is this the first time to Boston for anybody on board? Any first timers? If you've never been to the city before, the one thing I want to stress to you guys is area-wise, the city's not that big. In 1 or 2 days of your reasonable health, you can walk the whole city on foot, and I know this because I've done so myself. The mayor that just recently passed away, his name was Menino. He was mayor of Boston for many years. He always touted Boston as being a great walking city. And I have to totally agree with the guy. I think the best way to experience Boston is on foot. So I want you guys to consider your duck tour to be like an overview of the city. What you see from the duck is like the tips of the iceberg. So anything we talk about, anything that you see today that intrigues you, you definitely want to go back and get more depth on the stuff on your own. Sound good? And the other thing you might notice, if we get rolling around the streets of the city today, you might notice people on the sidewalks quacking at us. Can anybody on board tell me why this occurs? You get a cigar, sir. We're on a duck boat. People quack at us. So what do? Indeed. But rather than having a lot of random quacking going on, we always quack back together and in unison. It's more effective this way. And being as I'm in the U.S. Navy Cavalry, I know you've all heard of the Navy Cavalry, right? I use the keyword charge. I say charge, we all quack twice nice and loud. Didn't we handle that? We got to do it for the kids, right? Besides, you do it right the first time, I won't make you do it the second time, deal? So let's try this. I'll be watching for non-quackers, and I can spot a lip syncer when I see one. Don't let me down. Guys, ready? Charge! Okay, you got to work on the timing, but you got the idea. Now, this intersection right here, this is where the Boston Massacre transpired. This is where 8 British soldiers opened fire on a crowd of Estonians, killing 5. On your left is the old State House, the seat of colonial power, built in 1713. Right from the balcony of the old State House, for the very first time read to the citizens of Boston was the Declaration of Independence. Every year on the 4th of July, 10 o'clock in the morning, they reread the Declaration of Independence from the balcony of the old State House to the citizens of Boston. Matter of fact, during our bicentennial, the Queen of England came over here and she addressed the city of Boston from in front of the old State House. And when she was all done giving her address, she asked if she could have it all back. Thus we gracefully declined. On your right, the largest tea kettle in our city, been hanging around here since 1873. If this kettle could hold tea, it would hold just over 227 gallons. Enough tea to last the average British household for 2.5 days. Oh look, they had to stop digging the hole. You know why? They don't have enough men to stand around and look down the hole. Yeah. See, when you dig a hole in Boston, you're going to have a minimum of 13 men standing there looking down the hole. Otherwise, you're not allowed to dig the hole. 85% of the time, even the cops are standing there looking down the hole. Hey guys, on the left, the oldest burying ground in our city, King's Chapel Burying Ground. Buried in here, the first colonial governor, Jonathan Winthrop. Also buried in here is William Dawes. The other rider was Paul Revere on the night of the Midnight Ride. And there's a little-known fact. The guy that invented the crossword puzzle, Ebenezer Spelling, he's buried in here too, you know. Yeah, look, he's 6 down, 4 across. Ebenezer Spelling. Come on, guys.